With the Cunning Stunts DLC, a bunch of new cars were added into the game, and in this video in particular, I'm going to be going through the 3 supercars and comparing them to some other supercars, and also explaining if you actually should buy them. So right off the bat, I just want to say that the results are really interesting. Each of these cars are great in their own separate way, and for the sake of the video, just because I know the Tyrus and the Annis look a little bit alike, the blue and the white one is actually the Annis, and the Tyrus is the black with the orange. So just some basics to these 3 cars, as you're seeing in these airport tests. We do test them against the T20, the Pifster comes in at a certain point, the X80's in one of these tests, and for the most part, they're, as competitive as you would think they would be. The X80 and the Pifster still, I think, hold them in top speed, although the Emperor does catch up a little bit, and I'll talk a little bit about that in a second. And the T20 has great acceleration and great handling, so honestly, the T20 is still probably one of the best cars in the game. And if you don't have the money to purchase all these cars or any of them, if you already have the T20 or the X80 or even the Pifster, like, these cars aren't that necessary. But this is where it gets interesting. So, from these races, I would say that the Emperor, it has the worst acceleration out of all of them, but you will see that at a certain point in the race, it just kicks into like another gear and just blows these cars out of the water in terms of top speed, just going in a straight line. The Tyrus, on the other hand, out of these 3, has the best acceleration and really good top speed. And then you have the Annis, which kinda, at least to me, felt like just wasn't really worth it compared to the Tyrus in just these airport, straight tests, because the acceleration and the top speed were both less than the Tyrus. The Tyrus beat it pretty much every single time. Like, not by a lot, but still, considering it's $2.4 million, the Tyrus sort of looks like the better option. But this is where it gets tricky. So the reason that I said these cars are great in their own separate way is because depending on what you need, that's what you're going to want to look for in these cars. The Tyrus, we'll start with this one first. This one, according to Broughy, and I'll leave a link to his video in the description, it's not the best when it comes to like just regular racing with a lot of corners. The traction isn't as great at slow speed corners. However, if you have a corner where you can go really fast, it does really well. And, an example of that would be in the brand new stunt races, where the corners aren't as sharp, but you still turn while going a relatively high speed. That car shines. The Tyrus is best in that environment. The next one, the Annis. This one is kind of a mix. This one does really well in lap races. I think with his tests, it actually was like one of the top in lap times. And I know I've seen comments on Twitter and on the forums that if you put the carbon spoiler on this car, it's completely broken for the most part. And I don't know if that's a glitch that Rockstar's going to patch or not, but yeah, I would recommend putting the carbon spoiler on if you do decide to purchase the Annis. But getting back to its performance, it's really good in lap time. And I know you can't really see that from the test we're doing now, but it goes around corners really well. And then that leaves us with the Emperor. At first glance, and even I was kind of this way, this car doesn't look that great. And I don't mean like in terms of actual looks, I mean like in terms of performance. One, it's a little bit less expensive than these other 2 cars, so you would think it wouldn't be as good. And 2, just the acceleration, and even like in the stunt races that when I was racing earlier this morning, it just wasn't doing that well against the Tyrus and the Annis. Like, those cars were beating the Emperor by a lot. The thing is, where the Emperor shines, it is the new fastest lap time of any vehicle in the game. It even beats some of the bikes. This thing, if you can control it, can go so fast around a corner, I guess just because its traction is so good, it's ridiculous. It's almost scary, to be honest, because like if you go ahead, like I said, I'll link Broughy's video. If you go ahead and watch his video, you can just see it's almost a little intimidating, to be honest, to actually like try and do that. So if you are one of those people who do those sort of more traditional style races, then the Emperor is like a must-have. Yeah, it's $1.9 million plus the upgrades, but the fact that it beats every single vehicle is just insane. And sort of in conclusion, that's what you're going to have to decide what you want, your car to do. If you only have enough money to buy one, just look at it from the standpoint of what you plan on doing. If you plan on doing races, not stunt related, but just traditional, a lot of corners, then go with the Emperor or even the Annis. However, if you do plan on doing those stunt races, then the Tyrus is like the king for that category. And that's what's kind of funny, because in the airport test, you saw the Annis, it didn't do that well, but in terms of actual racing, it's good in both stunting and the regular traditional style races. Anyway, that is it with the video. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy and found this video helpful. That'd be much appreciated if you dropped a like and subscribe for more awesome GTA content. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section. And I'm interested to hear what you guys think about these 3 new cars. Do you plan on purchasing one? Do you like them? Do you hate them? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, that is it with the video. See you all in the next one. As always, it's your boy Saintsfan. I'm out. Peace.